Hi there, my name is Suze, and I work with women to help them find balance between their internal masculine and feminine energies so that they can have lives that feel really emotionally fulfilling, full of love and connection. So, today I want to talk about something that may appear to be like two opposing things: self worth and feminine energy. And why I say they may seem to be opposing is because if you know anything about masculine and feminine energies, you will know that self worth in and of itself is a masculine quality. Self worth is a masculine quality because self worth, someone with high self worth, is not afraid to enact boundaries, and boundaries are entirely masculine energy. If you struggle with making boundaries, I've done a few videos on boundaries to help you see boundaries from a positive perspective and help you learn how to communicate boundaries, learn how to love them really and truly. And it's one of the key cornerstone components to building a sense of high self-worth. Self-worth, boundaries go hand in hand, but they both are very masculine, healthy, healed masculine energies. So, how does feminine energy fit into the picture of boundaries and self worth, right? Now, this is where the conversation gets really interesting. And going back to a video I did earlier about boundaries, trying to remember the title of it. Boundaries, I said boundaries are not to protect you. Boundaries are not necessarily to protect you. Because in the protection, if you're protecting, it's signifying a closed-hearted space. Protection is a closed-hearted, closed-off space. Now, if you know anything about feminine energy is all about connecting upward, connecting with the heart, the intuition, and connecting up to source energy, God, universe, whatever your term is. It is all about looking upward and connecting upward. Okay? So if you're closed off, shut down, your heart's closed, your portal of connection is blocked, if not closed down. So it's not about protection. Okay, so I'm expanding on that talk that I did about boundaries. I don't think I really shared all of that breakdown of the channel of love and all the things. But back to the conversation. So if we're not protecting and we're trying to figure out how feminine can embody and feel the energy of self-worth, how do we bridge the gap there, right? Well, it's all one and the same. It's when the feminine recognizes that her greatest power, and when the feminine recognizes her most valuable asset, and when the feminine recognizes that her actual currency, her energetic money or currency, is the love that comes out of her heart energy that she creates and shares with the world, or with her children, or with her friends, with her work, with her relationship. It's the loving, giving energy from your heart that is actually your currency. Now think about the word worth. How much is that house worth? How much is the car worth? How much is that thing over there worth? It has the idea of money, currency. It's all one and the same. So if you are not valuing the love in your heart, if you are not valuing the energy coming, radiating, feminine word, radiating from your heart space, if you do not realize that this is literally your value, your money, your currency, that you're investing in other people, if you don't understand that's what's happening here, your self-worth is skewed because you think your self-worth is linked to some other thing. How well you're performing, dysfunctional in the masculine. How much money you make, dysfunctional in the masculine. What you look like, dysfunctional in the feminine. All of these other things. I don't know, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. Anything like that. Ego-based sense of self-worth that's not from the heart, basically. Right? You have to realize. So I often say to clients sometimes if they're having a situation or a difficulty with a friend or some kind of relationship outside in their life and something's going on and they're feeling often anger and resentment is often the thing. If you're feeling unseen, if you're not feeling heard, if you're feeling a little bit of bitterness, anger, or resentment, it's showing you're not valuing what you're giving or you're investing it in the wrong space. Because basically, what you're doing is you're literally giving someone your debit card to your bank account and letting them go spend as much money they want out of your bank account, and then being upset when you start bouncing checks or overdrawing on your account and have no money. That's literally what you're doing with your heart. When you are overgiving, overinvesting in someone, and there's not the understanding from the other person or the other thing, whatever it is, there's not an understanding of the value of your energetic investment in them. When this all starts clicking, and clearly doing this work with myself was literally some of the most intense work I've ever had to do internally with myself, of fully understanding my sense of self-worth coming from my heart space. That was intense. And I'm going to be getting more into that as I unravel my story and as I develop this YouTube channel. I'm going to be getting more into that because for me, that was all tied up in emotional neglect in my childhood, and the majority of that was tied up in mother wounds, not father wounds. So often on the journey of healing and women and feminine energy, the finger gets pointed at the dad and daddy issues and masculine issues. And yes, that is part of the equation. But I often find that when it comes to these matters of the heart and when it comes to matters of the emotional world, a lot of it has to do with mother issues and mother wounds. And we don't want to look there, and we don't want to think about mom in a bad light, right? So we don't want to look there. And that's literally where the mother load is, like literally. It's kind of funny that mother load is an expressive word because it's like literal in this situation, the mother load, the heart space. So I don't want to get into that more. This video will be kind of short, but that's where it is. Where are you? Get really honest with yourself. Where are you thinking your self-worth comes from? What do you think about yourself has value? And this is a trick question because you have to look back at what other people have valued in you that actually probably was very superficial and very inauthentic. This is a dumb example, but for example, my hair. I love my hair. My hair is a huge part of my identity. I love it. And people often have very nice, positive things to say about my hair, which is very lovely. But do I tie my sense of self-worth up in what my hair looks like? So then therefore, if something horrible were to happen to me and I were to lose my hair, I would have a complete crisis because my sense of self-worth was destroyed. If you were to lose your job, yes, clearly that is devastating and a huge, scary thing because we live in a physical world that clearly needs money and bills need to be paid and children and people need to be supported. I understand that. Yes, it's going to trigger a lot of things. But is your worth tied up in that? Because it shouldn't be. The feminine's greatest asset, the feminine's currency, comes from her heart, what she is nourishing, what she is focusing on. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. We say that a lot in yoga. I'm a yoga instructor as well, and that's a common phrase. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So what are you focusing on? What are you expanding? What are you working on? What are you investing your heart, love, energy into? Is it a wise investment or is it a foolish investment? These are the questions and the conversations we need to be having around self-worth. And until you really start doing that work of understanding the value that your love is, you will be settling for less. You will not be good with your boundaries. You will not be communicating your needs or your wants or your desires. You will not be honoring the desires of your heart's desires, and you will be emotionally not feeling well. Emotionally, you will be feeling drained. You will be feeling exhausted. You will be feeling resentful, angry, bitter, alone, isolated, unseen, unheard, undervalued, all the things. It's in the heart space. I'm going to leave this video short and sweet today. I hope this helped. If you found value in this, or if you have any questions, I really encourage you to drop a comment. I love those of you who have been leaving me comments. Thank you so much for contributing your love energy into this channel. I really appreciate you. And as always, please do subscribe if you so feel called. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to this channel. It's just helping boost my message and get it out there, be more visible out in the world, which I deeply appreciate. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.